So first, the basic operation if you see, whatever information that is coming from the network layer at the sender system. So this is the sender system and this is the receiver system. So in the sender system, the information will be coming from the network layer. So network layer will hand over the information as a packet to the data link layer. Now this data link layer will convert that packet into the frame. So it is going to put the information coming from the network layer as the payload in the frame. Then it is going to add the header part, then trailer part. The header part consisting of both senders and receivers MAC address or physical address, which is of 48-bit. Then the size of the frame or length, whatever you call it is. Then trailer part will have the checksum pattern. So it is going to perform the checksum for preparing the sending checksum for error checking purpose. That information it is going to keep in the trailer part. Then the entire frame will be handed over to the physical layer. The physical layer will transmit onto the physical media as bit stream. This is what the sending the data link layer does. Now the receiver's data link layer will receive the bit stream. The bit stream will be handed over to the data link layer as a frame. Now the data link layer will check the frame beginning and ending of the frame. Then so it will verify the header part to see whether this particular frame belongs to the receiver or not. If it belongs to the receiver, then it is going to verify whether the received data is having any errors or not with the help of the checksum, that is the trailer part. Again, it is going to compute the checksum. Then it is going to verify the received checksum with the computed checksum. If any mismatch, maybe there is something wrong in the received information. So if the received information is having any errors, then it may be sending back by discarding the received information. It will send a negative acknowledgement for retransmission. This is the general what we are going to, what is happening in the data link layer. But now what we are assuming is, suppose the channel, whatever communication path is being used, is no errors. Okay, it is not having any errors, and both will be using optimum speed, no flow control, no error control. If we assume that way, then what will happen is simply whatever is coming from the network layer, the data link layer put it into the frame, then the frame will be handed over to the physical layer. Of course, the frame will have the header part, payload part and trailer part. But so that entire frame will be transmitted as a bit stream toward the destination. The moment destination receives the bit stream, physical layer of the destination receives the bit stream, it hands over the frame to the data link layer. Then from the header part, the data link layer is going to verify whether that belongs to the same station or not. If it belongs, it is going to extract the data part, and the data part will be handed over to the network layer. So here there is no errors, no flow control is needed. So as a result, so no acknowledgement is required. Simply whatever is coming from the sender, the receiver keep on receiving. And as there is no errors in the channel, no problem with the channel, so as a result, the sender is not expecting any acknowledgement. He will make sure that everything is received by the receiver. Because if there are no errors in the communication path, if communication path is without any problems, then whatever is being transmitted will be received without any problems. So by keeping that in mind, now the sender is not expecting any acknowledgements as the channel is being assumed as no errors or error-free channel is being used. So that is. So here the algorithm we come across. So first, a network layer will send the request. I want to transmit this information. Please provide me the service. So that as request from the network layer. Based on the request, the data link layer will activate its algorithm. What is that algorithm? So algorithm part will take the information coming from the network layer and put it into the payload part of the frame. Then attach the header part, trailer part. The algorithm will add header and trailer part. So the trailer part is added by computing a checksum from the received information from the network layer. Based on the checksum computation, so whatever CRC is obtained, that is being included as the trailer part. So the algorithm does these things and it will be handed over to the physical layer. So this is what the data link layer algorithm does. And at the receiving side, the algorithm, the moment a physical layer receives the bit stream from the communication media, the physical layer will intimate to the data link layer notification. So data is waiting for you. So physical layer is going to send a notification to the data link layer that you have a data waiting for you. Then immediately the data link layer will accept that. It is going to accept that. Then, so first it is going to verify the algorithm again at the receiver side algorithm. So it is going to verify whether that particular frame belongs to this destination or not. So the destination physical address is being verified, its physical address. If both are same means that particular frame belongs to this destination. Then, so the data part will be extracted from the payload part. Then that extracted data will be handed over to the network layer. So that is the role of a receive the data link layer functionality. Okay, so a simple algorithm is being used because in this particular method, so in this particular case, so channel is error free and both are synchronized. So no speed mismatch and channel is error free. As a result, the algorithms, whatever algorithms are written for the data link layer at the sender place and at the receiver side, they are simple. So that is the simplest algorithm. And if we see that algorithm part, while true, this is the sender side algorithm. While true means as and when there is a request from network layer. The moment there is a request from the network layer, then so whatever information is coming from the network layer will be put it into the buffer. So whatever buffers are being allocated at the sender's data link layer. So in that buffer, the received packet or received data from the network layer is being stored. Then it is going to create a frame. S dot info is nothing but a frame. So the frame will have the information stored in the buffer. So it is going to create the frame. So your frame creation is nothing but adding the headers and trailer. The header part, what we have already discussed, the physical address of the sender and receiver, and the trailer part checksum. So of course, so everything is received properly. So as a result, no checksum is needed in this. The algorithm is simple. Simply what it does, it is going to put it into the frame with physical address attachment. Then the frame will be handed over to the physical layer. So physical layer and as means the frame is handed over to the physical layer. That is the task. This step is wait for event is not required in this particular case. Okay. So this is what the simple algorithm at the center place. The moment request is there from the network layer, accept the information coming from the network layer, put it in the frame, hand over the frame to physical layer. So simple task by the algorithm of data link layer at sender site. Now we'll see the simple algorithm that is being used at the receiver's data link layer. So in the receiver's data link layer, wait for event. So what is that event? If event is there means there is a notification from the physical layer at the receiver site. So the moment the receiver's physical layer receives the bit stream, it is going to intimate to the receiver's data link layer that you have a data waiting. There is a notification. The moment there is a notification, now the receiver data link layer will understood that a data is waiting at the physical layer. Now the receiver's algorithm, what it does, receive the frame. So received information is put it into the buffer. A frame is received and put it into the buffer. Then from that frame extract the data. From that extract the data and hand over the data to the network layer, deliver data. So that means the extract data means the payload part is being taken. That is header part and trailer part will be removed. Remaining part is the data. That will be handed out to the network layer. That is deliver data. So information is being handed out to the network layer. So only three basic functions. Receive the frame from the physical layer, extract the data, and hand over the data to the network layer. So three simple steps at a receiver site of data link layer. So three simple steps at the sender side and three simple steps at receiver side. So this is about the simple algorithm what is being used, because we are assuming that the channel is error free, no problems, and speed is also optimum. So the synchronized, both sender and receiver are being synchronized always. No problem with the communication channel. By assuming that the algorithm what we are going to use is very simple. So that is about the simplest algorithm. Okay, simplest algorithm. Send, then send, send, send. So it's not going to wait. Now the sender is not going to wait. So after sending the first frame at regular intervals, it is going to send the second frame, then third frame, then fourth frame. So here the sender is not going to wait for the receiver for any confirmation from receiver. So sender is not going to wait for any confirmation from receiver. So sender keep on sending in this as everything is fine. So ideal channel, everything is fine. As a result, without waiting for any confirmation from the receiver, sender will be keep on sending the frames one after the other at regular intervals. So with these three simple steps at both sender side and receiver side.